Good morning, students. So today we will going to discuss about the information and communication technology skill. Under the information and communication technology skill, today we will going to discuss about the operations, the operating system, email, internet, social medias. All this particular part that we will going to discuss today. So let us see that how we will going to have those sections and how we are working on this section. So now what we can see here, we can find that there are the different type of what basic computer operations. We have a different pattern of basic computer operations are there. So we need to switch on the particular machine, and computer is switch off the files, we have to close, isn't it? So using of the computers, what we find that we have to press the power buttons, we have to include the post means powered on self test, post in a sequence of the hardware, RAM, disk drive, etc. So what we find it that this has been displayed and monitored in a very proper way. After that, what we can see that we have a certain structures, and those the structures what we find, those the part that we can find that on the post we will going to do a BIOS means basic input output system. So this is what the instructions that we are storing, isn't it? So different pattern of instructions are there. So all these different pattern of instructions what we have, we are successfully storing those instructions and find it. Now what we see it here, that shutting down the computers means how to shut down the computers. We can find that there are the different part or different areas that we are doing the works, and what we see that we have to start button, and there is a shutdown button also. So if you do this particular thing, if you find it this particular thing is there, that we can sleep if you go on going on the laptops and the tablets, what are the different gadgets are there. So this is what we find it, that we have the less power of these PCs and of this particular system. So operating system, what we find, operating system is basic on the software and controls the computer in a server as an interface between the computers and the user. So it manages all this particular thing. So as it manages those particular thing, we can find it that we will going to have those pattern of the structures, and we are working on these structures that we are conducting and that we are managing. Okay, so as we are conducting and as we are managing, we find it that there are the different types of work, there are different patterns of the work that we are doing it. So DOS means for disk operating systems, where we have a personal computer. So in the early we can find that we are working on this computer, the directories are there, isn't it? Nowadays we are working on the Windows, different type of Windows are there, Linux, different versions of the Windows 98, 2000, XP, all these things was there, isn't it? So those are the things what we can see, we do find it that it will going to work. So this is what we see it, that we have those different type of systems. We have Symbians, we have pens. So all these different type of systems that we are working and we are constructing it. So Windows, as we see Windows 7 operating system, we know about this Windows 7 operating system. It has got a monitor, monitor is called the desktop, and this particular thing we have a wallpaper there, the background picture that we can find it. Then we have a small picture, so that is called an icon. So these icons, the files, folders, applications, etc. Can be make up. See, this is the icons, this is what computer icon, this is the recycle bin, isn't it? This is the start button, this is known as wallpaper, this is the taskbar. So there we have an different type of recycle bin, that way we will going to store the data for a certain duration of time, and if you want we can delete it, isn't it? Those are the things that we can find, that we have all these particular sections. Now computer means what? That we were displaying those different type of icons are there. So as we have those different pattern of icons, we can find that what are the drives are there. So mm, so mm, so there. So there what we see, that there we have the documents, and as we have documents and network that are being placed, recycle bin is there. So this is what the thing what we can find, that if we want to permanently delete it, we can make this particular thing to be worked with. So these are the particular area, these are the particular methods. So what we can do, we can double click on the recycle bin, and we can see what are the informations there. We can delete the data from there, isn't it? See here, those are the things. We can again regain that particular thing, or we can delete it, or we can empty it. So that is known by you. There is a taskbar. This is the taskbar, you know about it, that there is a start button. There is this is the application windows. Those are the application windows. This is the notification area. This is the date and time window. So this is what we can find. The applications of the programs are provided to the search box. This allows what? The search files and what you can see, that we have a recycle bin, and those the recycle bin is there, and in the recycle bin we can store the data, we can remove the data, and we can work with this particular data, isn't it? That means if we want, we can again bring it back, we can again make this particular thing to be workable. So as we find it, that those the things we can do. We have do also have a taskbar. So in the taskbar, what we can find it, that this particular taskbar will going to have the horizontal phase, and as it is going to have the horizontal phase, there are the different type of shortcuts that we are going to see here, and we can implement those things. So see, the taskbar is there, and in the taskbar what you have the start button, you have the activate applications which are highlighted. See here, those are the activate area, activate buttons are there. This is what the notifications that you can see it here. This is also time and date icon. So you can see all these things, all the programs are there. So internet and its application, we what we can find, that when we are working, we have the different pattern of internets, and their applications are there. So what is an internet? That we have www means an world wide web. So world wide web is that particular area through which we can connect to the world. Website, we do have the websites. We find it that from the websites we are going to link the pages we have together with those hyperlinking also, isn't it? So this is what we can see. This is what we can find, that we do have this particular system. We have the HTML, hypertext markup language, isn't it? Hypertext markup language. So this is the what we can find it, that dynamic web page and static web page is there. So all these particular sections we do have, and we can contribute on this particular web page. So as we are having that home page, we have the protocols. HTTP hypertext transfer protocol is there, which is commonly used. There are the different versions of the securities that we have here. URL means uniform resource locator. So that means what? When we are constructing it, we have the uniform resource locator locations of the network. So this is the protocol that we can find, that we have the identifier of this particular address. We have a complete line that we have. HTTP colon www my website.com. So this is what this is. HTTP is a protocol. Okay, now what we find it that web browser, we have a different pattern of web browsers there, like we are using the web browser like Google Chrome is one of the very common to us, then Microsoft Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, Opera Mini. So all these things are there. So as we are having this, as we find it that those the particular part is there, those the particular structure is there. So this is what we can see that we have this. So connectivity system that we required, that we give the different informations, and those the informations are been applicable there. So we have a applicable of the internet, what we can find it that we have a different emails, we have a chatting, we have a video conference, we have a social networking, we have e-learning, isn't it? So e-learning, those the things we have reserved for that particular work. We also have a e-banking system. So all these particular sections that we can find, all this particular part that we can see that we do have all these things. So email is one of the very common and very important thing that we can find it, that when we have those emails, when we have this particular thing, when we are making those particular thing, and in this particular thing that we do have all these structures, and we are sending the email. That means we are sending the message, we are sending the different pattern of message, and those the different pattern of message what we can find, those the there what we have that we have a different pattern of system that we can find, that we will going to have this, and we will going to work on it, isn't it? So as we find it that we are having those things, that means few messages we are writing, we know that we are sending the information, we are sending the data, we are working with the data. So as we are working with the data, those the data what we have, each and every data that we have, each and every part of the data that we have here, and we are working in this particular session that eco-friendly, we are not using the paper, isn't it? We are saving the papers. As we are saving the papers, we are saving the trees also. So those are the things that we can find, that we are saving our environment. So as we are saving our environment, so those the environment what is there, those the part of environment that we can find, that we can work with, and we can bring it with. So those are the things that we see, those are the part that we can find, that we have those each and every sections are there, isn't it? That is a host username, username, and host name is there. So there is a symbol at the rate of. So this is the thing what we can find it, that email is been used as a Gmail host name. Okay, so there we find that we can send and receive the email to the popular at Gmail account or Yahoo or Rediff mail. We all know this, isn't it? So how we can send a mail? So if you open any of this particular site, what you see, there is a many sections, that is two. Then CC, this is a Gmail. So in this Gmail what you can see, to CC and BC is there, and the subject is there. Two means what, that options that you are allowing, that you are finding those options are been implemented. So as you are implementing those options, as you are using those options, what you can find it, that you want to see these particular structures, and you can send those messages, isn't it? CC means what, carbon copy. This is the option that we can find, that you can send some message and informations to the several person. As you send those message and information to the several persons, those the persons or the recipients that you are sending the mail, multiple emails addresses, you are separating semicolon. BCC is a blind carbon copy. That means there you have to send the several persons those the time as you find that you have those messages and other recipients of the messages. Now subject, as you find that what is the subject of the particular story is. Story means here the letter is, isn't it? So attachment, if you want to attach, see here there is an attachment section, one clip like of thing is there, you are attaching it and you can attach the particular document and you can send it, isn't it? So this is how you can see that how the thing will be working and how we can make it to be workable. So as we are having it, we have a different type of social medias. Lot of social medias are there, different patterns of social medias are there. So all those social medias, what we find that we have an interactions, we have the content sharing, we have the collaborations, isn't it? So blogs, what do you mean by a blogs? Blogs means what? That there is a different pattern of meanings that we are giving, that we can find that we have send the meeting, and those the meanings that we have, those the meaning part that we are going to have, that we are sending it. Okay, blogging, the person who do it, they are said as blogger. Okay, suppose Lata Mangeshkar or Asha Bhosle or this Amitabh Bachchan or any other famous personalities, Virat Kohli. So all these persons, when they send the information, they have their own pages. So when they has their own pages, and those the own pages, what they has, that we can find it. So it is been seen it that there we will going to have those particular pattern, we will going to have those particular structures, isn't it? So as we are having those structures, as we are making those structures, so each of these particular structures, what we are sending the data, we are sending the information. So when we are sending the data and information, each and every data and information what is there, that is sent by from our personnel. No one will send that, only we can send, isn't it? That is said blogging. So we can find that the famous person, those the famous personalities, they has the blogging page. Twitter, we have a Twitter nowadays. You can find that there is a lot of problems is going regarding to this factor. Then we do have a Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is the person who has invented the Facebook. We know it, that he has created this particular Facebook concept, and now we find it that we have the friends. So YouTube, WhatsApp account, all these things are there. So these all things, what we can see, that we are connecting with our different type of social medias, different pattern of social medias. WhatsApp social media, YouTube social media, we are sending those structures, we are having those patterns, we are making those particular pattern. So each of this particular pattern that we can find, that we do have, and we do make it. So this the particular pattern, this the particular structures that we are constructing, this is the particular pattern that we are making, isn't it? So we will going to have this, and we will going to work on it. So as we are working on it, and as we are making this particular pattern, so what we see, what we find it, that we have this particular structures, and we are working on this particular pattern. So this is how what we can see, that we do have those different type of social medias and social applications that we are doing, and using those application we are sending the informations, we are sending the data from one part to the another part. Okay, so from one person to the another person. So this is how we are doing the work, and we are making our communications in a very huge or large scale. So this the large scale communication that we can frame, that we can have. We see it, we can find it, that we are going to construct those structures, and as we are constructing those structures, we are having those particular phenomenon, and we are working on this particular phenomenon, isn't it? So this the phenomenon that we find, that we are working on it, we are giving this particular pattern, we are giving those particular data type. So each and every data type that we do have, each and every data type that we find, that we do work. isn't it? We find it that we are working on it, we are getting those structures. So this is what that we have our different types of working pattern of the social media. So since we are using those social media and we are implementing on this social media, so each and every social media we have our account to be implemented, we have the account to be incorporated. Okay, so this is how our all the things that we are introducing, different pattern of introductions that we are having, and we are constructing and we are making it, so isn't it? So this is how we can find it. So here I am ending today's session. Thank you all, thank you very much.